the most disappointing thing of this whole, thing with Young Thug is he didn't give a fuck about that girl at all. He got Mariah like all fucked up in the head at her shows and shit. That's her money, man. And then on top of that, he got caught saying, I'm still in here fucking. Mariah doesn't even know. And then did that stupid ass laugh at the end of the phone call. Boy, that's some trifling shit.
Alright, listen up. This whole Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist drama just hit another level. We already know Mariah walked away after those jail calls leaked. And the worst one? The call where he straight up bragged about hooking up with a corrections officer.
Wow, I'm so P. Mariah don't even know. I'm in this bitch still fucking. Goddamn CO give it a buck quicker than the FedEx work. They don't be telling my business, man.
But here's the real twist. Turns out Mariah actually knew about these recordings for almost a year and had been desperately trying to keep them buried. Screenshots of texts between her and a blogger who had copies of the jail calls started making rounds online, and they showed just how far she went to protect both herself and Young Thug. Back in October 2024, Mariah was literally begging this blogger not to drop the audio. She sent a long message saying she'd be willing to find a creative way to support them if they took the posts down. She admitted her relationship had already been destroyed in countless ways, that she felt humiliated, and even said this whole situation had crushed her will to live fully. She offered to reimburse whatever they had spent on those recordings, anything to make it stop. The blogger didn't just ignore her. They asked her to call, saying it was too much to type. Over the next few days, their texts back and forth showed Mariah trying to calm down, asking if she could see what they had, and practically begging for reassurance. At one point she even questioned the blogger directly, asking if they were helping because they understood her, or just for money. She wanted to feel like someone truly understood what she was going through. She also asked about the FOIA process, which hinted that she was looking for legal options to block the release of those calls. Surprisingly, the blogger told her they sympathized, saying from a woman's perspective, they got it, and from a business standpoint, yes, they were losing money. But because Mariah had pulled at their heartstrings, they agreed to sacrifice financially and trust the universe would bless them back. Mariah thanked them, and for a while, it looked like they actually had her back. The blogger really did hold off on releasing those recordings, but since jail calls are considered public record, that didn't stop others from getting their hands on them. Eventually, the leaks came anyway. And here's the messy part, while the blogger kept the audios private, they later released the text messages with Mariah, allegedly even after she paid them. Suddenly, so much about Mariah's recent behavior started to make sense. Remember when she looked absolutely shattered on stage performing Is It a Crime? People thought she had just found out about Thug's cheating. But no, she had been carrying this secret pain for nearly a year, trying to shield both of them from public humiliation. Deep down, she probably knew it was a battle she couldn't win. Now, about that FOIA angle. FOIA stands for the Freedom of Information Act, a law that lets regular people request government documents. Mariah was basically hoping there was some legal loophole to stop these calls from spreading, since they were technically government records. But the truth is, jail calls are almost always public record. Anyone can request them, which is exactly how people like Whack 100 got a hold of them and blasted them online. Imagine the pressure, Mariah trying to hold everything together, all while knowing the truth could explode at any moment. The second that first call dropped on the blogs, she must have felt her stomach sink, because she knew more were coming, one after another. And honestly, there might be even more recordings out there that she's still praying don't surface. But let's be real, you can't hide this stuff forever. So when those audios finally spread, it wasn't just another scandal, it was the breaking point. By then, Mariah had already been suffering for months, but now the entire world could hear what she had been struggling to keep private. Here's the real question though, what do you think? Some people online are convinced Mariah isn't actually leaving Thug, that she's too locked in, that all of this is just a front to save face and protect her image. Others think this is the final straw and she's done for good. So, do you believe she really walked away, or is it all cap? Drop your thoughts, because this story is far from over.
The most disappointing thing of this whole, thing with Young Thug is he didn't give a fuck about that girl at all. He got Mariah like all fucked up in the head at her shows and shit. That's her money, man. And then on top of that, he got caught saying, I'm still in here fucking. Mariah doesn't even know. And then did that stupid ass laugh at the end of the phone call. Boy, that's some trifling shit. And before motherfuckers get in my comments, especially dudes, they gonna get in my comments saying simp, whatever the fuck. You can say a lot of things, but I'm not fucking trifling. Yeah, I'm not fucking trifling. And another thing, you see how he sat down and He talked about gunna this, gunna that, or whatever. But if Mariah was to go pop out with that motherfucker today, if Mariah was to pop out with Gunna today, like they a couple, or they talking, or they going on dates, or whatever their deal is, they would be the same dudes that would say she's doing him wrong. And that's the fucking funny part of it. If she was to do that, and I know you don't supposed to love nobody out of spite. You don't supposed to give your body to nobody out of spite. You're not supposed to be giving up your body to somebody you're not married to. Of course not. But if she went and did that shit, it's just like I just want to play. I forgot what his name was on the Best Man. You don't think she well in her rights to go get her swerve on for all the shit that you did? You don't think that she has? You don't think she's going to? Alright.
The problem with the way that Young Thug did Mariah is that that girl was really writing for him. That's the problem. The problem was that Young Thug was incarcerated for almost 3 years, and that girl was with him screaming, "Free Thug! Free Thug!" Okay? If she had a visitation with him, and it was the same day of one of her performances or her shows, guess what she chose? She chose Thug. She chose Thug over everything, right? And the whole time he was in jail cheating on her. I don't think people understand that, how detrimental that can be to a woman. So you're telling me the whole time I'm envisioning us getting out of jail, I'm praying for you, I'm going through all of that. And I say us getting out of jail because if you're dealing with a man in jail, you're doing it with him, right? And the whole time he's in there on the phone with another woman talking about, "You're gonna have my baby." Excuse me. So I'm the dummy here doing everything for you, and at the end of the day, she has your baby. That's the problem. I don't think people understand how Thug really did Mariah. And we all know that she's gonna get back, but it's the hurtful shit. And again, we should be talking about her album in case instead we're talking about how her man was gonna have a whole baby without her, behind her back, and how he cheated on her the day right before he went to jail. I don't think y'all understand. If I'm Mariah,